What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we do have a little bit of a different video for you. We're going to be going over the Mercari app today in terms of if it's a scam, if it's legit, is it good for selling Funko Pops, is it bad for selling Funko Pops? So let's check it out. Alright guys, so today we're going to be going over the Mercari app. A lot of you guys have actually asked me about the Mercari app in terms of, should I sell on there, should I not sell on there, is it a scam, is it legit? And everybody has their own opinions of the app at the end of the day. However guys, this video is going to be my opinion in terms of what I think about the app. Do I think it's easy to sell on? Do I think it's fun to sell on? Do I think, is it legit? Is it a scam? So we're going to go over all that in this video. Alright guys, so I'm sure everybody by now has heard of the app Mercari. Mercari is a popular selling app where you can basically sell anything, like literally anything. Obviously, what we mostly talk about on this channel is Funko Pops. So this video is going to be more kind of involved around Funko Pops in terms of how you can sell them on there, is it easy to sell them on there, and everything like that. In terms of selling on Mercari, if I had to say it was very easy to do, honestly, it really is. Like, I've sold pretty much anything on Mercari. I've sold shoes on Mercari in the past, I've sold clothes on Mercari, I've sold Funko Pops, I've sold other collectibles, and in terms of ease of use, it's very, very easy to use in terms of actually getting your listing up and everything like that. Now, one thing that Mercari added recently was their shop local, and honestly, I really like that feature because it actually expands your search more. And it also makes it easier to actually get items a lot faster. You won't have to wait on shipping times, especially with everything going on in the world right now. There's a lot of shipping delays, so shopping locally is probably a lot easier, and you might actually end up finding that thing you're actually looking for in terms of whether it's a Funko Pop or it's a dish set or it's a towel that you just really, really want, shoes, etc. I think it's cool that they added the shop locally feature, and the fact that a driver actually comes to your house as would the postman, basically, and actually drops it off. It's hassle-free, you literally don't have to exchange money, you don't really have to do anything other than click some buttons, and it's literally delivered to you, in some cases, same day. Now, personally, I don't really think I've ever come across like a Mercari scammer. I've seen people talk about Mercari scammers, or I've seen people kind of like talk about, hey, I feel like I got scammed on Mercari, but personally speaking, I don't really feel like I've came across Mercari, scammers. I think I've come across bad sellers. Personally, I think there's bad sellers and there's scammers. Scammers in this case, in terms of buying and selling, would be they swapped out your item, or they didn't actually send you the proper item that they actually sold you in the actual listing. And in that case, that's really also just a bad seller. A bad seller could also just be a bad packager. A bad seller could just have bad customer service, but they could also just get that item to you. So in terms of, is Mercari full of scammers, or is Mercari a scam in general? No, personally I don't think so. I think every selling app has its bad people or bad sellers on the app that are, out to do you dirty. I honestly think that Mercari is doing their best, like any other platform, to actually weed out said scammers or weed out bad sellers. And this all goes to the rating system. Eventually, if you get rated too many times, or if you cancel too many times, then they'll take you off the platform and not allow you to sell anymore. And that's just how it is. And honestly, that's a really good thing, because if you're scamming people, or if you're just a poor seller and you're a poor packager and things are arriving damaged and you're getting a ton of bad reviews, eventually you're going to be booted off the app, which again, that's a really good thing that they're doing. Now, Mercari, like any other platform, does actually have seller fees. Their seller fees are 10% of your total purchase, as well as 2.9% plus an additional 0.30 cents for the actual transaction fees in terms of credit cards, PayPal, or whatever form of payment you're using. So essentially, let's just round up and call it 13% in fees of the total purchase. Now, are fees annoying? 100%, but these are the fees that actually keep the app running. And again, nobody really likes paying seller fees, but it just all goes back into actually providing an awesome app for us. As well, guys, as they do actually offer discounts on shipping. So if you'd go to the regular post office, in terms of actually getting a package estimated for a shipping price, it's actually going to be a lot more than Mercari, essentially. Like, if you're shipping something this long or this tall or this wide, essentially, you're actually going to get a better deal on shipping it with Mercari versus shipping it with your local post office, because they offer discounted rates, which is actually really awesome, and it's very, very helpful when you're sending out basically like a huge Funko Pop lot of like 50 Pops, for example. You actually save a lot of money in shipping in the long run. So on the off chance that you're feeling like you're paying more in fees, you're paying less in shipping, so essentially they kind of combat each other. Alright guys, so now I'm actually going to show you how to actually sell an item on Mercari and show you how easy it is to actually use. So On the app here, you can actually see it says listing ideas, how Mercari works, and everything like that. And you actually do have the sell button in the middle, and that's what we're focusing on. We're going to click list an item, and it does take you to the seller page. Now, one thing that I will say that I was actually kind of like peeved about every now and then when I was selling something, especially something with a long title, and we'll take Kakashi Anbu for example here. Kakashi Anbu, AAA anime exclusive Funko Pop. You know, that's a really, really long title, and they used to actually originally have it only at 40 characters. Now it is actually double that at 80 characters, and honestly, I'm really happy about that because then you get all those keywords in there for something that, you know, someone's actually searching in the search bar. So we're going to go ahead and type Kakashi... See, Kakashi Funko Pop, you know, they obviously give you kind of like suggestions in terms of what your title is going to be, but this is actually really helpful in this case. So Kakashi Anbu Funko Pop, and you could label it as that, and that's essentially what most people are searching. But in this case, we're going to put Kakashi Anbu, let's say AAA exclusive Funko Pop. So that's going to be our title there, guys. Now for our item, guys, we actually do want to get our photos. So we're going to click required there. We're going to go to our library, and we're going to click all of our photos here. So those are all of our photos, and you can actually click on them to edit them and actually like basically resize them. We're just going to kind of crop it really quick. I just took some quick photos of the pop. Ideally, you want to take something without a distracting background. Like you don't want to take it in front of all those Funko Pops and everything like that, for example, because then everybody's going to be confused and be like, well, you're selling all those as well. You want to take it on like a basically like a blank wall or behind a sheet or things like that, essentially. Now let's say, for example, that your Kakashi Anbu Funko Pop is damaged. So in this case, we're actually going to list the damage. So we're going to say this Funko Pop is damaged. It has a mild crease on the side and some top box damage. So in this case, you're actually going to want to add extra photos. You have up to 12 photos to add, and what I typically do is I take the pictures of the damage and I go in my photo editor and I actually circle them with the actual paint pen. And that actually does help the seller see what is damaged rather than some people might skip over the description. But it's always good to have it in that, you know, description listed just in case people just say, hey, you didn't list this and I want a refund. That actually does protect you as a buyer saying, hey, I mentioned all of these, you just didn't pay attention. So you always want to read the description and you always want to list it in the description is the tip, one of the best tips I can give you. Notate any damages, whether this thing has scratches, whether it has a corner peel or it has a, you know, sticker peel, list it all, guys, because it's definitely going to help you in the long run. Now, one really important thing to do when you're actually selling is that it says optional here, but I urge you to actually add the hashtags because it really, really helps in terms of searching. So we're going to put Funko, why does it say Funko fortunately? We're going to put Funko Pop, we're going to put Naruto because it is related to Naruto, and we're going to put anime. We're just going to put anime because it's related to anime. So we have our 3 tags there. Kakashi is a popular tag, but Naruto is going to be searched more in this case, and it is a character from Naruto. Now, guys, we are going to select categories here, and we're going to select what category the actual item is. So in this case, it says suggested categories, and it is actually a bobblehead. So in this case, it's going to say brand Funko. We put the condition as fair. The color is white. Now, when you head over to the delivery section of the app, guys, you will actually input your zip code in terms of where it's shipping from. I'll put my P.O. Box zip code in, for example, 33575, and it says Mercari shipping is selected. Now, it does actually have multiple selections for shipping. You can either use Mercari shipping, which is cheaper, or you can ship on your own if you prefer to ship on your own and make your own labels. But just kind of letting you guys know. Now, who do you want to pay for the shipping? The buyer or I'll pay? This is where you decide if you want to charge the buyer shipping or if you want to actually take it out of your actual total cost of your item. So we'll just say the buyer's paying, and we'll say that it says you may edit shopping at any time, but shipping, excuse me, but let's go over to the shipping section. You're going to put in your item weight here. In this case, most Funko Pops are actually about a pound after packaging, so we're going to put 1 pound. Item length, a typical Funko Pop box is about 8 by 6 by 6. Sometimes you can use 8 by 6 by 4 boxes to go a little smaller. Now, after entering your package's weight and dimension, guys, you're going to click select carrier, and this is actually going to give you multiple options in terms of which you actually do prefer to use. Now, the cheapest option here in this case is $6 for USPS, and it says retail rate is $11.95. Obviously, that is a big, saver in terms of shipping. You also do have FedEx Home, you have FedEx Smart Post, and UPS Ground, UPS SurePost, and Mercari Pack and Ship, where they actually do actually have you drop it off at a UPS store, and they actually do package your item for it. In this case, we're obviously going to pick the cheapest option in terms of USPS first class. Now here it actually does break down what you actually will earn after processing fees and selling fees. So after everything, you're actually going to earn $17.12, and the buyer is actually paying that $6 shipping, and that doesn't come out of your total fee. So in this case, guys, you actually have to take in consideration that the buyer is actually paying $26 for this and not $20. They are actually paying the shipping fee, and again, it makes that total price $26 and not $20. So this is where you actually want to price your items accordingly and price match it in terms of other sellers to actually get your item bought by a buyer. So after you put in all of your details, all of your shipping information, your title, your photos, and everything like that, you just click list and it's done. That's everything, guys. That's literally everything. It's fairly easy to use for anyone. Now, another important tip with selling on Mercari, this goes back to the actual scamming and bad seller situation. Package your items as you would want to receive them. That's literally the best tip I could give you in terms of actually sending off your package to your buyer. Package them the way that you would want to receive it. If you want to receive yours in bubble wrap, in a pop protector, in a nice box, and all packaged nicely, then do that and just respect the buyer the same way that you would expect them to respect you when you're buying, essentially. That's the best advice I can give you. Just ship it out as you would want to receive it yourself. Now, if you're worried about being a new seller in terms of what if somebody doesn't want to buy my item, honestly, you get a lot of reach on Mercari in terms of selling Funko Pops. Like literally, I want to say hundreds upon hundreds are listed a day. And this is where I actually get this information from. This is my saved searches. You can save pretty much any search in terms of anything you're looking for. And these are some of the things that I actively look at on Mercari every single day for the best deals or for video ideas and everything like that. So if you look at the bottom, it does say Funko Pop. It says 99 plus new search results for that actual saved search. And clicking on that, guys, actually gets you all of the new search results for the latest Funko Pops. And literally, I want to say every hour, there's 99 plus more. So honestly, guys, it's one of the easiest platforms to sell Funko Pops on because someone's always searching for Funko Pops. It's actively being searched every single minute, like literally every single minute. That thing updates, and I'm always looking at new Funko Pop deals. It's crazy. So my final thoughts on the app, guys, is that it's really easy to sell on, it's really easy to buy on, and I actually do enjoy the app. Every app's gonna have its issues at the end of the day, but I think Mercari is a really good app for selling Funko Pops and basically everything we do here that is Funko Pop. So honestly, it's really good for selling grails, it's really good for selling commons, it's really good for selling any kind of Funko Pop because you have that reach to the buyers because so many people are buying Funko Pops on Mercari every single day. And again, guys, you can find really good deals on the Mercari app for Funko Pops. I've found so many good deals and I've shared them on the channel with you guys. You just gotta look and download the app, obviously. Alright guys, so that's everything that I have for you today. I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences and your opinions on the Mercari app down below. I'm sure they would love the feedback in the comments, and I just want to hear from you guys. Do you guys sell on Mercari? Have you been hesitant to sell on Mercari? Have you always wanted to, but you're like, I don't know, I don't think I'd be any good? Comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts, I want to hear your concerns, and any questions I will do my best to answer for you guys, but I would love to hear your overall opinion of Mercari as an app, and I'm sure they would love to hear it as well. Alright guys, I want to end off the video by saying a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. I really do appreciate and love you guys for it. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is always down below. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. As well, guys, as we do have a Patreon-only Discord that's a lot of fun and a lot of news is shared in there. We also do have a Facebook group, which is buy, sell, and trade, and you can make a ton of friends, as well as be following my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Skittlerampage. Alright, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.